Welcome to Murders and Minivans, where the coffee is cold, the kids are wild, and the crimes are absolutely unhinged. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tally. Let's talk murders, motherhood, and why we trust absolutely no one. I have to share this. I know I vented to you. I love Apple, and I always say to myself, I'll never be in a cult. I think I'm like too smart to be in one. I'm like, I can read people really well. I am in one. Yeah. Because it's Apple. Apple is the cult. Allegedly. Don't sue me.
In our opinion.
Yeah. Allegedly, blah, blah. My camera broke. Shattered completely. Gone. And so I went to the Apple store and I said, I thought I had Apple Care because I thought they just give it to you. Yeah. And it said Apple Care, and I just got the phone in June. And so thought I had Apple Care, and I read about it. It was like, oh yeah, pay like $99. That's $129 in Canadian. And you get a brand new phone. Easy peasy. I was like, great. Mm-hmm. I went there with all of the optimism in the world on Saturday. And she's like, no, you just have like the basic like warranty, manufacturer's warranty, and it doesn't cover accidental damage.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, sick. Great. What are my options? And she said, well, you can repair the camera, like the glass here on the back, which has a protector on it now. This is why my phone looks like this. But
nice one. Heavy duty. That's sucker one.
Military grade. Because I'm not doing this again.
No. Mm-mm.
And so I took the kids there on Saturday, and they're like, no, you have to pay $800 if you want a new one. Or you can fix the camera for $200. But I was like, well, I can't zoom in. Like, the camera's broken.
Yeah.
I need it. And they're like, no, yeah, $849. And I was like, $849?
Good grief.
So then I was like, oh, my God. So I was already there for like 2 hours at that point. That's how I asked you about what game it was. Because P was playing. They have iPhones set up for kids to play games. I was like, this is genius.
Oh, yeah.
Genius bar.
It's like they know.
Yeah.
You're going to be here for 2 hours to go put some shit out there for the kids.
And I did. I was there for 2 hours on Saturday. Then I had to go back on Sunday.
That's not bad for you.
Oh, I wanted to scream. Mm-hmm. Sunday, get there. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Let's just buy a new phone. Because I talked to Brian about it. We're done. Buy a phone. She's like, you know what? You should actually go to TELUS and then just like see if they have a cheaper deal for you. Mm-hmm. So we haul ass across the mall to TELUS. No. Haul back. And then
could they have just called for you? Or could you have borrowed their store phone and called over?
It's a cult.
Ugh.
And so we go back, and she's like, okay, you have to enter your Apple ID password. I am really bad at passwords.
That one's really particular too.
Yes, so
like
particular.
Neil had an iPhone. We had Apple products for years.
Yeah.
We had to update that password all the time.
It's ridiculous.
I always had to hit, forgot my password.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I thought I was being smart and I had stolen device protection on. Oh. So what that means for an iPhone is when you're in a different area that your iPhone you've never been there before, you're not there often, your iPhone assumes that when you hit forgot password, it's stolen.
Oh no.
So it makes you wait an hour. So I get there, I'm trying all my passwords, everything I can remember. She's like, I'm sorry, you have to wait an hour. I'm like... So we go, I come back. She's like, okay, there's like a now lineup. Finally, I get my phone. And then she's like, okay. And at that time, like I was so exhausted. And she's like, okay, let's do the backup. I'm like, okay, done. Yeah. It shows you like your backup date. I'm like, that's the most recent one, 12 hours ago. Let's go.
Yeah.
Done. Hit it. And then she's like, okay, do you want to wait? Like, make sure it's all good. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like I've done this iPhone switch like 8,000 times. It's never failed.
Yeah.
It failed. All my contacts gone. Somehow I finally got them back. Will I ever switch to Android? No. Has this taught me anything? No. I will forever buy Apple products. In fact, at the Apple store, I was like, oh, that's my dream laptop. What other accessories can I get for this phone? That's a cult?
Yes.
It's a cult?
Their claws in you.
Oh.
I had like the desktop one. And we had an Apple TV. But I think
That's great.
at the time it couldn't compare like Amazon kind of foxed them. Not anymore. Well, I don't think I can go back now. Because I also had, I had the desktop one that I used as like a little, I don't know, I watched movies on it when I watched a scary show too late.
Oh, yeah.
Put movies on, fall asleep. It was a computer though. But at the time too, I was teaching grade 1 and it wouldn't talk to all my work stuff because they didn't have Apple products. And so it was just too much to go back and forth.
And now they do have Apple products.
I know. Now this other school board that I was with for a few years do have Apple products. So now it all talks to each other. But I'm just so back and forth. Yeah. Everyone just needs to make a decision.
I hate how, although now Android and Apple I feel like communicate better. Mm-hmm. But videos.
Still, videos suck. I have to ask people to send them on Facebook.
It's so annoying. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, get it together.
I know. Why can't we just all get along? Let's figure this out.
But I remember starting this job that also kind of spiraled my Apple addiction. Oh. Starting my full-time job, they handed me a Mac and they use G Suite, like Gmail for their emails. And I've always used Outlook and Windows and Teams.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is so, I was very judgmental. I was like, this is so unprofessional. Like, what kind of company is this? And I was like, allegedly. I'm never going to say my company. No. But then I got used to it, and I was like, ew, Windows? Like, when I have to use a Windows thing, I'm like, this is disgusting. This is, like, this is for poor people. Like,
that's funny. Every man's email.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
You know what's funny, though? Yeah. So I'm a writer, and often I'll submit little bits to be published, so in like literary journals and stuff. And some places won't accept a Gmail account.
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe that's like the most easily frauded. Like I didn't get it. Maybe that's where all the spam comes from. I don't know.
Probably.
But that's all I have anymore. I'm like, I guess I just can't submit to you.
Proton Mail.
What on earth is that?
It's like super encrypted, very secure.
I'll put it in my phone.
Yes. I have one and I use it for like my bank and stuff. Mm-hmm. Probably shouldn't say that.
Proton.
But yeah. No, Apple makes me feel elitist. And I'm not any better than anybody.
Well, like sometimes it feels nice to feel better than everybody else.
It does feel nice.
Like the other dance moms and how I'm better than them.
Yes, because you don't live in Airdrie.
Yeah. Or community soccer. I'm just better than them.
Yes. Specifically Airdrie, because I'm like, why are you choosing to live there? What's the appeal?
It is a weird in between nothing. Like they don't even have a hospital.
Yeah. Ghetto.
Yeah, that's weird.
Sorry for the Airdrie slander.
No.
It has everything, but like you said, it also has nothing.
Yeah.
And it's so crowded because everybody was moving out there thinking that it's like a small town. It's not. It's literally just a subdivision of Calgary at this point.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? I think they incorporated or whatever as a city because they didn't want Calgary to take it. That was a rumor. I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea. We've only been here, it'll be 4 years in January now. Which, 4 sounds long. E has been in this house longer now than she's been in Crane Lake.
Yeah. Oh. It's better here. It's a good segue, though, into my episode.
Excellent.
Because my episode is primarily based on hauntings because it's spooky season. So most of these are based in Alberta. There's one that I threw in there because I don't... again, we're biased. Mm-hmm. But also it's our podcast.
It's true. It ought to be.
When we get big and famous, I'll cover other ones. But these are primarily hauntings of hospitals and other cool locations in Alberta. And also one in Quebec and one in BC.
Ooh, uh-oh.
I need it to be diverse. Mm-hmm. So the first one is Charles Camsell Hospital in Edmonton, Alberta. So the history on it is it was originally built in 1913 as a Jesuit college.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I learned a lot. Also, these stories are all sponsored by tuberculosis.
That's that word I was trying to think of for Edmonton General.
Tuberculosis?
Yeah, it was a TB hospital for Indigenous people. Mm-hmm.
This gets dark. Also a little bit scary.
Oh, okay.
So in 1942, you're not going to sleep tonight. A U.S. Army took control during World War II. They added new buildings for Alaska Highway personnel and engineers. In 1944, the Army left, and the Canadian government had turned it into a military hospital under the Royal Canadian Army Medical Corps. In 1946, it became a network of, these are not our words, this is what it was called back then. Obviously, we know not to use these words. Quote, Indian hospitals, unquote, used to segregate indigenous patients from the general population. It's the 1940s of it all.
Different world.
It's very dark. So, again, sponsored by tuberculosis. Before antibiotics was widely used, it was actually only widely used after 1950. Fun fact I discovered.
Interesting.
Before then, how they treated antibiotics was...
That's not pre-Indian Act, sorry.
Oh, how they treated tuberculosis before 1950 was they would remove patients from their homes and they would place them in a
sanatorium. You're right.
It doesn't roll off the tongue. Sanitarium.
No. Sanatorium.
That makes more sense.
Oh.
No, I know. But sometimes in English, I'm like, that word doesn't make sense. 2 federal, again, not our words, Indian sanatoriums existed. One in Hamilton, Ontario, and one in Edmonton, named after Charles Camsell, who was a geologist and deputy minister of mines and resources. Unfortunately, many Indigenous patients never actually returned home. The families received little to no information, no records, no marked graves. Children were sometimes returned to the wrong communities due to language and name confusion. That is fucking awful.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that is insane.
That gave me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Many endured years of isolation, experimental procedures that left them permanently harmed, and some people did actually remember it as a place of healing, like going there for TB, getting healed, coming out. Very rare.
Yeah. Is this the one that, like, some businesses have tried to buy it and turn it into a condo?
Probably. There's a few. I remember that being mentioned in my notes somewhere.
Oof.
So, TBD.
Yeah.
Man, was that you who told me about it?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know the original name.
And it kept, like, going out of business?
Yes. I didn't know it was called Charles Camsell Hospital. I think I just knew it was Edmonton General. Is it different?
No, Edmonton General's in here. No, Edmonton General Continuing Care. TBD.
Interesting.
So, yes, in 1967, okay, it did transition into a general hospital.
There we go. Okay.
However, it closed in 1993.
Yeah.
So it wasn't open for long.
Yeah. That's how people in Edmonton, like our generation, remember it for some reason, is Edmonton General.
Oh, okay. So it's like, that seems like a hospital that's still alive now. But I'm not an Edmonton person.
No, I don't know. Oh my
Stand by.
Don't fact check me. Edmonton General Hospital.
I probably should have noted this.
No, I didn't mind.
But again,
to take it over. I was just trying to. No, there is a continuing.
Yeah, the continued care is still operational. That one I know for sure.
Yeah, okay.
A little personal story from somebody that I was reading. So there was a woman named Alvina Cardinal. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. She had gallstone surgery there in 1986. Her brother had actually passed away there earlier in 1965, and she actually never knew where he was buried. Awful. So, the paranormal activity. 2005, there was a investigation by paranormal explorers. So, it took place before the building was gutted and before the floors actually began to cave in and collapse. The activity, they said, was overwhelming. For example, elevators moved on their own despite no power. Ugh. Heavy footsteps echoed above thick concrete floors. There was a guttural scream that came from the psychiatric ward, and walkie-talkies crackled with strange, unexplained voices. After the investigation, every single person that participated in it reported illness or intense nightmares, and the video footage of this still exists. However, it's not been digitalized because it's 2005.
Oh shoot, I guess we can't watch it.
They're waiting. Yeah, they're waiting to do it.
Yeah.
So the spirits that they encountered were countless indigenous spirits, a young girl in the psychiatric ward scratching her arms and calling for her parents. That makes me very sad. And other very sad entities that were just there waiting to cross over. And the building to this day is believed to be in need of a very heavy spiritual cleansing. I think even the land.
Ugh, probably.
Charles, what happened to it now? Did you find out? I didn't find this out apparently.
It's still there's pictures, current pictures with it, so it's still standing.
So one of the articles I read is in 2021, when they had found all of the unmarked graves underneath the churches, like the Catholic churches, they were starting to search the Camsell Hospital.
Facebook group for people obsessed with Charles Cancer
Yes.
Hospital.
And the stories of it are very sad. I tried to summarize them as much as possible.
Look at these pictures.
Yes, the pictures are
I've
very
seen
sad.
something in the windows. Nope, no, I don't want to see this.
So I think it's like boarded up or like there's gates because the last like current, I don't know, maybe somebody from Edmonton will be listening and will be able to let us know. Mm-hmm. Or next time you go there.
I'm not getting on a car near this building.
I searched for Robert Cook's house.
I don't want anything to leech on me. So
sage yourself.
Ugh, I'd have to just carry. Even still, I feel like it's not enough to keep all the. There'd be too much heavy spirits to keep them from clinging to you at least.
Yeah.
That was the nice thing. So my husband planned a trip through to BC, and miscommunication. We are not great at planning things together. Turns out he had started planning it on just the wrong day, by a few days, and just didn't put it in our calendar. So it's very funny. It's very us. I had to let him seethe internally for a while before I was like, it's okay.
You're so patient. I'd be like, are you stupid?
Because I can see it like bubbling inside of him. Yeah. And so now I know. Just got to wait it out because he's not ready to talk right away. But that's part of it was he had booked us night stay in that 3 Mile Gap, the ghost town.
Creepy.
I know. He's like, it's the non-haunted hotel, Three Valley Gap. Yeah. He's like, I've made sure it's the non-haunted hotel. I'm like,
boring.
I'm not sure.
Boring. So, lame.
Like he got caught looking up at work. But anyway, I don't even have to roll it. It's the one, like the hotel looks like it's out of The Shining. It's huge, creepy, right on the water.
Oh my God. Didn't Jess stay there?
I don't know.
Because she told me about a hotel that looks like it's from The Shining and it was somewhere in BC.
I think that's why she was mocking me. I don't know if she actually stayed there.
Huh.
I don't know. Anyway,
you guys should stay in the haunted hotel.
No.
That would be so much fun.
I don't need my kids to see me sleeping fully clothed with shoes on because and sleep with all the lights on because I'm going to dash out of there. Like I couldn't even sleep in my car. The town is more haunted. I'm not sleeping in a van. But now I get to avoid the whole thing because my husband messed up our holiday dates. So, oh shoot.
You're not staying in the haunted place.
No, we have to.
You guys.
Because the priority was always his grandma. So we need to make it to the island on a certain day.
You guys, I need you to please stay in a haunted hotel. A fun girls' night for me would be, the Fairmont in Banff and how it's super haunted. I was going to include it in here, but I'm like, oh, everybody knows.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody knows the story, but you can stay in the room next to the one that they shut down or, like, on the floor or whatever. So that's always, but the Fairmont in Banff, it's like $600 a night, like, on a, down season.
Cool Neil stayed there before we were together. He was, like, peak cool. He was before he met me. I had to bring him down a few pegs, but he was riding his motorcycle and got stuck in a storm, and so he came in.
Motorcycle again.
It's another motorcycle story. That motorcycle. But they have a policy, like the last rooms remaining, they'll give it to you like at a discount.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting like the fancy butler suite because that's all they have
available.
Oh my God. But they have to give it to you at the lowest cost of their cheapest hotel room.
Okay.
So he got it. And so
is that still a policy?
Oh, I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe. But he showed up in a storm, soaking wet, and by the time he took the elevator to the top floor, the butler was there. He's like, "Good evening, Mr. Young." Yeah.
So it was an actual suite. This is like my poor person talking.
Yeah.
I thought when you said butler that it was like where the butler stayed, and I'm like,
no,
that would be cool.
Butler suite. So there was a butler waiting for him.
That's
and all
wild.
he had was like his few things in his saddlebag from his motorcycle. He was like, no, it's good.
When we went to Creed, we stayed at the Fairmont downtown.
Yeah.
Not because we're rich, but because it was the cheapest one there that night.
Yeah.
How? I don't know. We stayed there and we're checking in. And
I hope your bed was lumpy.
No, it was great. Actually, it was so comfy. I will say, like, we paid for like the most basic room, obviously.
But still,
very small,
nice treat.
But it was very nice. Mm-hmm. And it was nice to just like go get a massage. But we're checking in. And she's like, "Would you like turn down service?" I'm like, "What is that?"
You're so cute.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, we like come in and we like close the curtains and then like make the bed for you." I'm like, "Things that I could do myself."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, turn down my sheets.
You would do that?
Of course.
Oh, that's so funny. I was like, no.
I think. Why not?
I don't know.
Free, they're offering.
I guess, but I'm like, this would take me 30 seconds. It's like, it's such a small room. If it was like a suite.
I think that's when you get like your chocolate on your pillow, though. You turn down service to your little chocolate.
Oh, see, that would be a deal breaker for me. I would want a chocolate on my pillow. If they said that, if they included that.
Try again. Yeah.
Hi, do you offer a chocolate?
I missed my chocolate on my pillow because I said no to turn down service.
And you know it would be a good chocolate.
Oh, it'd be like Lindor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, next one is the Grace Hospital in Calgary, Alberta. I think I
don't know Calgary that well.
Oh, I should know this. I want to say it got. Is this still a thing? I missed this completely from my from my research. I think it's like not existent anymore, or it's like continuing care or something. Yes, in 2021 plans. Grace. Plans for the old Grace Hospital site in Calgary to go to council on Monday. That was in 2021. So I think like it was built in 1926. It closed in 1996, and I think they were like talking about turning it into like a seniors living facility or something.
Interesting.
But it doesn't exist in its capacity as a hospital.
Okay.
So it is actually rumored to be haunted by the spirit of. There's two names for this woman. Maudine Riley or Maud Keene Riley. Maud had passed away in childbirth on the land where the hospital was later built, and her baby also passed away.
Aww.
So I don't know if it was a hospital before they built it. TBD. I couldn't. I did a lot of research, but like for some reason when I'm speaking about it now, I'm like, why didn't I look at this? Witnesses claim to have seen her cradling her baby in the maternity ward.
Oh.
And the nurses see stuff. Nurses are like, you could be a skeptic and you could be a nurse in any ward in a hospital, and like they have me convinced.
Oh, yeah. Like I have a friend she's at a teaching hospital in Calgary. And she was sharing stories, because that's what they do when I teach yoga. For some reason that day they want to share ghost stories. And she was telling a story of how there is the spirit of a nurse that used to work there. So not that she died in the hospital, but that's where she spent so much of her life, and so she now haunts the hospital. But she'll mess with them, so she'll like flick the like IV, like the clamps closed, and so sometimes on busy nights, like people will say, "Not today, I don't have time for this," and it'll stop. So it is a nurse on their ward.
Oh, that's so funny.
Sometimes, and she's like, "Really, today?
That's
Could you
cute.
just take a break?" So they kind of like
you do have to talk to them. I feel
have conversations with, especially if it's someone who like dedicated their life to that, and they're coming back and still hanging around for some reason.
Oh, that makes me sad.
The mom and baby one makes me more sad, but at least she gets to be with her baby.
I know. Well, so about Maud. So she was born in Perth County, Ontario. She moved to Calgary in 1903 to teach. She married Harold Riley in 1907 and had 3 children. Maud was very modern for her time. She was a fierce advocate for women's and children's rights. She was actually a member of the Calgary Council of Women alongside Emily Murphy and Henrietta Muir Edwards. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. She helped secure the women's right to vote in Alberta in 1916. She championed for dower rights, child welfare, family courts, and family allowances. This is such a wild thing to say in this day and age, but she promoted pasteurized milk and free maternity care. And she believed that children should be, quote, well-born, well-treated, well-housed, well-fed, and well-taught. She also, I know, she was a very remarkable woman. She founded the Calgary Child Welfare Society in 1918, which became the Alberta Council of Child and Family Welfare in 1923. She was the president of that society until her death in 1962, and she passed away shortly before receiving her honorary doctorate from the U of A.
That is so cool.
The University of Alberta. And like now her haunting basically just, there's like a lot of speculation, I guess, that she haunts the area just to remind people, like that. because not to get dark and like emotional, but childbirth is actually the most dangerous time for a woman. Like pregnancy and childbirth, very, very dangerous. I did not like. I knew that it was dangerous, obviously, and like so many things can go wrong, but I didn't know how, like statistically, if you have a healthy pregnancy, you could have issues at home.
Yeah, everything about it is scary.
Yeah, it's very frightening.
Yeah, but I will say, like, something just changes in you. Mm-hmm. Like once you decide you're ready to get pregnant, and then once you are pregnant, you're like, well, the baby's got to come out. And so something changes, I think, biologically, that you're like, no, well, it's coming. I'm like, we're just dealing with this. Yeah. Kind of interesting. You kind of touched on it a little bit. And just because I recently took the kids to Heritage Park, Famous Five Center. So she's mentioned there. Okay. So the Famous Five Center of Canadian Women tells the story of influential women in Canadian history. And it's the replica of Nellie McClung's house, used to share stories of the Famous Five group of women and other women in Canadian history. So it features the 5 victorious Albertan women: Nellie McClung, Irene Paulby, Louise McKinney, Henrietta Muir Edwards, and Emily Murphy, who petitioned and won the right for women to be considered persons under the British North America Act in 1921. I heard, because they have all those really knowledgeable workers in Heritage Park that walk around and lecture. So they had gone to the Canadian government and tried to be considered persons. And they said, you know what, we can't make that decision. You have to go to British Parliament. And they did. And they went and presented to the Queen. And that's how they got it changed. Isn't that just remarkable?
That's actually really cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. So she was telling the story. And I just found that really like empowering. And so I had brought my kids there. And so my daughter was 6, and so she got to hear that. So I explained, like, we weren't considered people. Like, if we lived back then, your brother would be in charge of you if something happened to mommy and daddy. Like, everything would go to brother. He would have to marry you off.
That's what I said to P too when she had asked. Yeah. She was like, what does this mean? I was like, literally only 100 years ago. It's not that long ago.
No, it's not that long ago. Mm-mm.
When you think about it. Like, my grandparents were alive 10 years after that. That's not that long.
Yeah, it's not long.
Oh, and I said, like, women were not considered people. Yeah. Like, I just said it like that.
We were property, is how I explained it. Like a house, we were something that people had to take care of, and we're just in charge of. I'm
fully convinced that if I was alive in that time, they would make me get a lobotomy.
Oh, yeah.
They would put me...
I thought about that, too.
In a home. I wouldn't be here today. But maybe like when I say that and I think about it, maybe that's just how I am because of the time that I grew up in.
Maybe. I have like, do you ever like see things in shows or read something and there's just a severe aversion? Like everything has a yuck factor or an ick. But sometimes there's just like a strong emotional response to something. Yeah. I feel like that's things we've experienced. And lobotomies, there is just a very strong, like intrinsic aversion. And I'm like, ooh, well, maybe that happened.
Yeah, I do react strongly to that, like in books and stuff. Primarily in like The Devil and Mrs. Davenport. Oh, I reacted very strongly to that.
I had a hard time with that part.
Yeah, like a controlling man. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that is a nightmare.
Yeah,
people think you're crazy and they don't listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's how it was too. Like that's the thing. And like there's still girls like this and women like this to this day that maybe lean a little bit more to like or have a more male-centered point of view. Mm-hmm. And I don't get. Because I will always, like, I consider myself a girl's girl. Like, I will literally always side with a woman or a girl in any situation. Mm-hmm. Very rarely will I be, like, automatically... First of all, I automatically blame the man. Yeah. And then if I hear something and I'm like, okay, well, like, thinking about it, okay. Like, sometimes that does happen. But most of the time I'm like, no.
He's guilty.
Yeah, like, what did you do, though? Yeah. Yeah. What provoked this? So yeah, like and that was a very common thing back then. Is there was a lot of like, especially in The Devil and Mrs. Davenport, such a relatable book. Such a good book.
It was a very good book.
Relatable in the sense that like you knew that there was women like this, and it wasn't a far-fetched thing where like that neighbor of hers would like tattle to her husband. Oh. I hated that neighbor in that book. Yeah. Couldn't stand her. Mm-hmm. But, anyways, that was a nice little tangent. Mm-hmm. Women's rights. Yeah. Well, get ready for me to butcher this pronunciation because this is in Montreal. Saint Jean Didieu / Louis Hippolyte Lafontaine Institut de Santé Mentale de Montreal. I'm Albertan.
/
Please, I can't.
Russian from way back.
Yeah, there's no way.
Not that way back, but
couldn't do it.
I feel like good effort.
Yeah, I tried.
Solid attempt.
I took French for 12 years in school.
There you go. I did
I don't
too.
know where it went.
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle. Comment ça va?
Comme si, comme ça.
Right, that's
it now. Don't ask me for it. Au revoir.
Wednesday, mercredi.
I think it's mercredi. I don't know.
Oh, because there's that song. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, mercredi, mercredi.
You sang this before.
Yeah. I don't remember Thursday or Friday.
No, it's gone. She gone.
Okay, so it opened in 1873 in Long Point, Montreal. I don't know what accent that was. It remained the Louis... I'm not going to say that again. I'm sorry, guys.
I was going to say Louis Hospital. Quebec?
Yep. Montreal. Because there's Quebec, like Quebec City, Quebec.
That's right. You are right.
Yes. So the Institut en Santé Mentale de Montreal in 2013, its peak population was 9,000 patients.
Holy.
In 1961. Again, not that long ago.
Whoa.
It was one of the largest psychiatric hospitals in Quebec. In 1890. Sorry.
No, this is not going well.
No, it gets worse.
Psychiatric hospitals never goes well.
Nope. In 1890, there was a fire that killed 86 women, patients, and staff. In 1961, Les Fous Crient aux Secours, published by former patient Jean-Charles Paget, exposing abuse and sparking the Bedard Commission, which was reforms in psychiatric care and deinstitutionalization from 1960 to 1980. So that 1961 report, that's what triggered it, allegedly. Transition to community care. So it kind of became like evening clinics, home services, art and music therapy, patient-run initiatives. Yeah. It's also like residents could live there too.
Okay.
I guess if they needed to be. Then in 1973, it became a teaching hospital affiliated with the University of Montreal.
Interesting.
It's French in my notes. I don't know what I was thinking, really.
That's okay.
Putting in French. The hauntings. So there was apparitions of forgotten patients.
What?
Yeah. So they would see pale figures in gowns, and they would feel icy touches, like patients and staff, and the sensation of being watched. And investigators had recorded chilling cries that was linked to past electroshock therapy and lobotomies that were done in the psychiatric ward.
Okay, so how do they know that's what they're from?
It's a great question.
That's quite a leap, I would say. And how do they know those were the forgotten patients, or they were just the ones that died? Because people die at hospitals all the time. I'm trying to debunk this because I'm a chicken, and I don't need it. I don't need to be scared.
No, be scared. For the rest it's spooky season.
But it is adequately, like the screams themselves, yes, fair. But I feel like you threw in the word lobotomized patients just to fuck with me.
No, it's in my notes, I promise.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry.
That would be hellish.
It gets worse.
Do you remember that movie Sucker Punch? Did you ever watch that?
No.
Okay, well, the one near the end, the one person gets lobotomized, and it is horrendous. And it is a school for young women, and so it was supposed to be like some killed a bad stepdad, like a creepy blah blah blah.
Deserved it automatically.
Well, yeah, exactly. So all these girls ended up here, and one was a little out of hand. She was a little wild, so she got lobotomized. I'm like, oh, it is just the worst thing you could do to
Yeah, I don't like
in the whole world.
I know it was like a different time, but like what? Like I don't what? I don't know. Again, this is just like me as a person who grew up in the 90s and 2000s. I'm like, what about this sounded like? Who sat there and thought that's a great idea?
Yeah.
Correct. We should take out the front part of the brain.
Yeah, damage it so that it regrows as something different.
That's
change their personality.
I'm not even like a neurosurgeon, obviously.
Ugh.
But like what? Anyways, as I mentioned, it gets worse.
The screaming.
Joey, there was a red brick tower referred to as the Tower of Monsters, where children claimed to see deformed faces, cages, and shadowy figures. Many visitors even feel dread near it, like when they in current time.
Ugh.
There's a pigsty cemetery where more than 2,000 bodies of patients, children, the Duplessis orphans. He was the premier of Quebec from 1936 to 1939, and then again in 1944 to 1959. Is often referred to as the Great Darkness.
Oh.
By the 1950s, he had become associated with some of the worst instances of state abuse of civil liberties in Canadian history, and one of those was the Duplessis orphans. He was responsible for social services throughout the province, including orphanages. More than 20,000, I'll cite this source, more than 20,000 illegitimate children of unmarried, often young women, were born in Quebec. They were abandoned upon the death of a parent, and others were forcibly removed from their homes as a result of poverty, unemployment, sickness, or abuse. Aww. And then they grew up, obviously they had to be in orphanages, and they faced a very difficult life because they were exempted from compulsory schooling, and they prioritized work over education. The sons of unwed mothers could not legally inherit from their biological parents, and they couldn't become priests, which was common, I guess, back then. Mm-hmm. Very tragic, very sad. The Duplessis orphans refers to the cohort of children who suffered particularly traumatic abuse at the hands of the state and Catholic Church, and they're falsely diagnosed as mentally unfit and sent to these psychiatric hospitals, is what that means. So more than 2,000 bodies of patients and the Duplessis orphans. The bones were discovered between the 1960s to the 1990s when they were doing construction.
Gosh, that's horrible.
And so they have reports of ghostly children weeping and even phantom pigs. There's also ghostly nuns gliding throughout the halls. Elevators, again, moving without power. It's a very common thing. And doors slamming. They hear the voices of the Duplessis orphans, so they hear laughter in empty rooms. Again, I don't know how they know that this is the Duplessis orphans. I'm just telling you. I guess
they just want to put it on something. But fair, it would be the orphans that were made to live there.
Yeah, so they like toys moving, children's cries for their mothers, and abandoned wings.
Ugh. Why is it always the kids?
I don't know.
It just is crushing. It is soul crushing.
It is very sad. Generally, though, like when we're talking about ghosts, like obviously not in these things, but stories and places, but I guess when you hear a child ghost, like in a home or somewhere, and you're like, well, what are you doing here? Allegedly, that is an evil or demonic spirit that is like cloaking as a...
Don't like that. I like that worse. Go back.
She's not going to sleep tonight.
Oh my God. It's like, it's not too late. I'll be fine. I won't be fine.
Take a sleeping pill, maybe.
No. Because then I'll be like too aware that I'm not fully conscious. It's not going to be a good night. I teach an early morning yoga class too.
So sorry.
Maybe I'll just sleep in the studio.
Might have to. So the next story.
There are more kids in this, so I'm going to lose it.
Hopefully not. There's only a few more. And the last two are like, they're not fun, but interesting. Edmonton General Continuing Care. So built in the 1900s, and it served many roles. During World War II, it was a military hospital, and again, between the 50s and 60s, it was a tuberculosis care facility where many patients died. Still exists as a healthcare facility today. Typical paranormal activity like cold spots, ghostly touches, disembodied voices. Also full body apparitions, which I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff like in my life that are creepy and like cannot be explained for sure. If I saw a full body ghost, like an apparition of a ghost, I don't know what I would do.
I would question my sanity. Like I would have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, I think so. I don't even know. And I'm Jewish. I would call a priest. Like, help me.
Guess I'm going to church now.
Yeah. So their most famous spirit was the Grey Lady. So she is said to be the ghost of a strict nurse who worked during the tuberculosis outbreak. She can be seen wandering in a gray nurse's uniform, and she... Apparently, people will know when it's her, like witnesses, because they'll just feel suddenly chill, like cold, and hear whispers. The facility to this day embraces this haunted reputation, and they just say that she's harmless. Well, that's nice of you to say.
Is this the hospital that has a whole floor out of commission?
Yes. I think it's like the 11th floor.
Yes. So when my husband and I moved in together, we also had a roommate who was a power engineer, and he spent time working at this hospital. And there was one floor that nobody is allowed to go on.
Yeah.
Because there's not supposed to be anything there, but alarms will go off all shift. And you're just told to ignore them.
Oh, I hate that.
Motion sensors will go off and elevators will open and shut, so they'll dare each other. And so one guy got in the elevator, and then it opened, and he would not get out of the elevator. He did not make it. Like, he came back in. He was fine. He survived. I don't mean he died.
I was like, what do you mean?
They did get a young guy to go in.
To the closed floor?
To the floor. But then he wouldn't get out of the elevator. He just went back down.
Wimp. Actually, I wouldn't get out.
No. Because sometimes you'll get calls from that floor too, and you're like, just ignore them.
Oh my God, answer them. No. I would answer them.
No.
I would answer if there's a physical barrier between me and the ghost. For sure. Oh. I want to hear it.
I would say that I'm just not engaging. Like, you do you over there.
Yeah, but I want to hear what they have to say. Like, I'm nosy. I'm the nosy person in a horror movie that would probably get killed because I just want to know what's going on.
I'd be like, nope, I'm out, and I would live my best life.
I need to know.
Joey disagrees with me.
Well, he's my familiar.
Yeah, probably.
This next one is called again, it is another one of the
French one?
Nope, Kamloops Tuberculosis Hospital.
Oh, yeah, that seems to be a good one.
Yeah, I don't know why tuberculosis was a thing. But it is the hauntings of the Tranquil Sanatorium is in Kamloops, BC. So it opened in 1907 and it closed in 1903. Again, countless patients died of tuberculosis on site in the hospital.
Oh, it looks horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Underground tunnels were used to transport goods, of course, but also bodies to the cemetery. That way patients didn't have to see dead people going in the halls. The visitors describe disembodied moans and groans, full-bodied apparitions, wandering empty wings, orbs drifting through hallways. Mm-hmm. People don't talk about orbs enough. I see orbs all the time in photos, and I'm like,
Yeah. Do we just pretend we don't see them?
I don't. Squeaking gurneys, strange lights and screams, cold spots and eerie sensations. There's tours, I guess, that people can take of this place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. In comparison to other asylums, lots of people, and I didn't go too in depth in this because I wanted to focus on the local ones, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But if you Google, like, Ohio's Athens Lunatic Asylum, so for example, there's a Margaret Schilling case that happened in 1978 in Ohio. Her body had left an unremovable stain, and her spirit is still said to roam the building.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. So despite it being redeveloped into farms and tourist attractions, Tranquil retains its haunted energy to this day. And visitors continue to leave with chilling stories. So from, like, tours and stuff, I guess people, like, just kind of latch on.
Yep. Oh, you could tour the tunnels. No,
yes.
Thanks. I'm not being trapped down there. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Tunnels, I'm pretty claustrophobic. The next haunting is of the current, what is now known as the Dean House in Calgary. It's a very nice restaurant. You can get married there. It's quite lovely. What is a restaurant? I think, is it the Dean House restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looked it up.
It is very nice. I've never eaten there because I'm married to a steak and potatoes guy. And I've always dated steak and potatoes guys. I've never dated, like, a fancy pants.
No, there's a certain level of, like, city that I just don't appeal to.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same, but I like this stuff.
I'm a handful.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little more refined than
It's true.
me.
I can be refined in eating in expensive places. I'll be refined for that couple hours.
Like, my husband and I clean up nice.
Yeah.
I don't think my refinery. Nope, that's not
refinery.
Refinedness.
Oh boy.
My fancy pantsness was not what attracted my husband. I'm pretty solid. I like to think it's my shining personality.
Totally. Mm-hmm. And your stunning good looks.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dean House is located in Inglewood, 806 and 9th Ave.
Inglewood. Interesting.
I love that community, honestly. It is
stuff.
one of my favorite areas of Calgary. So it was originally built as a residence for the superintendent of Fort Calgary, and it later became a rooming house during the Dirty 30s.
Oh.
Over time, it developed a very dark reputation of violence.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you start off so strong.
I know. Lovely place,
They have
man.
afternoon tea. How could this place be scary?
Well, in 1971, it was very scary. A married couple apparently died of a murder-suicide inside the house. And they haunt to this day.
I feel like if it's a murder-suicide, you shouldn't get to haunt. Like, you made your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't scare the rest of us.
I don't really think they make that choice.
Well, one of them did.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, to haunt, you know?
I don't know. I feel like a bit of your consciousness. Like, it's kind of intentional where you go, do you think? Or do you think it's just where the trauma happened? What are your thoughts?
I think it's probably where the trauma, because they
like
say...
a tortured soul, I guess. You could be stuck there.
Yeah, you have, like, an attachment to the house.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm always so surprised, like, my house being 100 freaking years old. Why don't I have more ghosts?
I don't know. Nothing bad happened here. Everyone on vacation.
I don't know. I don't think anything bad happened here, but, like, surely somebody died.
Maybe not in here.
100 years.
Maybe. Wishful thinking. I house
Yeah.
it sometimes.
That's true.
We're all good. Stephanie just goes to feed the cat sometimes.
Maybe they're like, we'll haunt her.
We have a healthy respect for each other, and I come and go.
Yeah. I love ghosts. Just kidding. Don't hate you, though. Anyways, so the apparitions, I'll just go into the hauntings.
Yes, I'm interested.
So,
I now don't want to go there for tea.
no, we're going. A man has been seen there smoking a pipe. An indigenous man's ghost has been spotted inside. And as such, a strong smell of cigar smoke when nobody's smoking. A disconnected telephone that occasionally rings. This I remember now. The attic. There's a mysterious bloodstain in the attic that can change color and size.
What?
Yeah.
Why does it change color?
And it's located near a closet that refuses to stay locked.
Nope.
Items placed inside the closet are often found strewn about, even though nobody has actually entered the room.
Well, that's their closet, clearly. Leave it alone.
More than 30 years ago, a psychic.
Happy, respect, and walk away.
Yeah, maybe. But also, you don't pay the mortgage.
Fair.
The ghost. More than 30 years ago, a psychic was brought in to walk through the house. She had reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread from the very beginning. She said the floors of the front room of the Dean house felt like she was walking on jello, as if the space itself was unstable.
Ugh.
While she was going through the house, she claimed to witness a replay of a violent murder. I don't think that she knew. She said that she saw a man chasing a woman with an axe, and the woman was cornered and then bludgeoned to death right before her eyes.
Wow.
She described the house as one of the most terrifying spaces that she had ever entered.
What?
And so, again, like, she didn't know about the 1971 murder or suicide, or said she didn't. Like, I guess when she said all of this, it did line up with the events of the murder-suicide.
Yeah.
So I'll go into the crime.
I just feel like, as a side note, that's a pretty big thing for her to say that it was the scariest place. Like, has she ever been to any of these TB hospitals? Like, she needs to go a few more places if that's the scariest.
Maybe. I don't know. Also, I've never been to the Dean house, so maybe it is a very scary energy.
Maybe. The pictures look very fancy.
It does. I know. It looks so nice. I'm like, well, now I want to go.
Like, we could eat outside.
No, I want to eat inside.
All you need is love. It's our home is your home on the most special day. Plan your dream wedding or like a brunch outside.
What's a rosé and croquette? Garden party.
Rosé. Wow.
Rosé and croquette? What is that? I'm not
Isn't it
I'm not
croquet?
rich enough.
Is it croquet?
Exactly.
Where are you? Yeah, that's croquet.
Wow, I want to go here.
Croquet?
Rosé Reverie presented by Heather Edwards. Pink carpet welcome. Champagne and oyster bar. Prosecco garden. Rosé bar. Oh my god, an El Tequilino tequila party and a garden bar, and then there's a raffle for champagne and diamonds. Pardon me. Take me here. I need to go here. Why have I never heard of this?
I like outside.
It's in June. The photos of it look so amazing and pretentious, and I'm not in any of these people's tax brackets.
These people have fancy hats on.
Mm-hmm. But I know, I see the rosé that they're drinking, and it's my favorite rosé.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know what? I'm meant to be rich.
Probably. Maybe you were in another life.
But imagine, like, going to this event, and you're, like, making small talk with one of these beautiful, stunning people.
It'd be very cool.
And they're like, where are you from? What?
Where?
Northeast of.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you say northeast of, they're like, oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay? Do you need a home? The crime. On March 26th, very unfortunate day. because my birthday was the next day, though I wasn't alive yet.
Oh, that's my anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of. Like, that's the day we signed the papers, and then 29th is the Cuba one.
That's cute. My parents' one was March 27th on my birthday, and I'm like, thanks for getting divorced.
Yeah. Hey.
Also on my birthday.
Yeah, ouch.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Day.
Yeah. They really traumatized me, and they're like, let's cement this in.
Let's layer it on just to make sure.
Let's make sure she's funny.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it sticks.
So that was in 1971, so nobody was alive or married.
Okay.
The Calgary Herald had reported a shocking tragedy inside of the Dean house. A married couple who had been living there were found dead, murder-suicide.
Oh, they were living in there. Oh.
Mm-hmm. So the husband had killed his wife in a fit of violence and then turned the weapon on himself.
An axe?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It left a brutal and permanent stain on the house. Many believe that the event is directly tied to the blood stain in the attic that mysteriously changes. Numerous paranormal investigators have been in there and reported the same things as the psychic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people will claim to see replays of the murder, so it's not just her. Actually known as one of Calgary's most haunted places.
Why did someone see that and be like, I want to buy it and put a restaurant?
I don't know. I actually thought the same thing.
What on earth?
Location.
Yeah, I roll.
This one is very sad. This next one. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, is it more kids?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And I had no idea about this one. I knew that the Dean house was haunted. There's another a few haunted places in Calgary. This one I had never heard about.
It's an old city.
Yeah. So the Zoo Bridge, the old Zoo Bridge, on 12th, it doesn't exist anymore.
Good.
So in 1946, in July 1946, 6-year-old Donnie Goss was brutally murdered near the 12th Street Bridge leading to the Calgary Zoo. He had been playing on St. George's Island, which is again now part of the zoo. His brother had went to play baseball, and Donnie stayed at the swings and encountered his killer. I'm so sorry for this next part. He was stabbed at least 9 times. He was beaten and sexually assaulted.
Oh my.
Inspector Malcolm Boyd at the time described it as, quote, the most fiendish, cold-blooded murder in the city's history, unquote.
That's horrible.
His body was discovered near the old Zoo Bridge, which has now been torn down. So the killer was Donald Sherman Staley. He was a 29-year-old war veteran, and he confessed to Donnie's murder as well as killing another boy in Vancouver. He was convicted and hung in December of 1946. Now, a boy's voice can be heard crying for help, heard by passersby. Calgary Zoo security staff reported small knocks at their door at night with nobody there. They believed that it was Donnie's spirit. One guard would, this is very sweet, he would roll a child's ball outside for him to play with.
Ugh.
And then the ball would mysteriously reappear at the security entrance before the morning. In 2017, a new bridge was built to replace the 1908 structure, and no reports yet confirm whether the reconstruction changed or ended the hauntings.
Neil says that, but then he looks up if our hotel is haunted before he books a hotel, because he knows that I know.
But I feel like his love language is acts of service, so he's probably doing that
it gives
to
him a job to do.
Yes, yeah. He's a border collie.
He is. He's a good pup.
Keep him busy. He's a good pup. Oh my God.
I always hope he listens to this and be like, "You do love me." I'm like, yeah.
Aw. Well, he shouldn't doubt that.
Desperately.
So the next house is it's not fun. That's not the right word, but we've talked about this for a while, and I loved researching it because we're there so much and we talk about it and we've been there as groups.
Yeah, but now it haunts me because I did go up the stairs. It was open when I went. And the rooms were open. It haunts me.
Jealous.
Ugh,
so
spooky.
it's the Prince house.
Like the kids went up there first, and we're going back down now. We're done. We've seen everything because it just felt icky up there.
That is the thing. So this is about the Prince house at Heritage Park.
Yeah.
And the thing about this house is I've been into every single house. I feel strongly 2 places. It's the synagogue for me because obviously, and the Prince house. I'm like, yeah, this place is haunted. There's another place too. Actually, there might be 3rd.
Yeah.
I wish I noted it, but I go into every time, and every time I'm like, nope.
Yeah. That's how I felt going up the stairs. I'm like, I don't want to go up these stairs.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't think it's the Prince house. I think it might be another one. But you definitely feel something here, I feel.
Yeah, that one's the strongest. I think, too, because it's, like, right near the front.
Yeah.
It's pretty near the beginning.
There's a lot of energy there.
So you're still naive. You're like, I'll just go in all these houses. It's fine. Everything's fine.
This is a cute house.
It is pretty. It's pretty.
They do an amazing job at that place of taking care.
If I worked there, I would be an outside person.
Yeah.
Like, even because they have workers, and like, bless them. They're like, sometimes there was one, and the lady was making, she called them bachelor's cookies. It was so cute. So it was like flour, sugar, and a bit of butter.
Yeah.
But like, they are actually using the appliance. Oh, it was the hospital one.
Oh.
It's like,
and it's always like when it's 30 degrees out too.
It was 30 degrees.
And they're wearing like the old timey garb, like the clothing that they wore. And I'm like, yeah. And they're not sweating. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Mine is too. Whenever you see a hospital at any museum, they always have, what is it called? It's the gator thing that opens you up.
Oh, dumbwaiter?
No, for your hoo-ha. When you go for a ladies' doctor's appointment. The clamp that holds you open for the
Let's Google it.
thing. Anyway, she's going to look it up. That tool is always, always present when they do like a doctor's tray. Maybe because there's nothing sharp on it. But I'm like, why keep that? Like, most of us know what that's for.
Speculum?
Yeah, it might be.
Also referred to now as gynecological forceps.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hate those.
But, right, it's always on the tray. When they're like, look at these old doctor's tools we have. Put that away, I know what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a very intimate understanding of that.
They really haven't changed much either, except for the fact that they're like disposable.
I feel like they're the same.
I tell Brian what they are. I'm like, this is what it does and this is how it works. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, this is why you have to be nice to me all the time. I don't care how mean I am or how crazy I am. It's your fault.
I was thinking today, I was just going to screenshot my period tracker app and send it to Neil today. Just to be like, this is what explains my behavior today.
There's an app that you can get. I want to say it's called like Stardust. And you can share the calendar with your spouse. But it will let you know when they viewed it.
Oh. So like every time I'm saucy to him, he's like, I'm just going to open up the app real quick.
But it'll say when you're ovulating, so when you're like extra randy or whatever, then like they'll know.
If I'm not, or if I am, and he's like, but the app says you're not, leave me alone.
Yeah. This is a great app for you guys.
It is. At least it's a conversation starter. You're like, did you check the app today? I'm all clear.
It's true.
Poor guy. He knows he made his decisions.
He's lying in his bed. So this is, again, the Prince House in Calgary. So the actual original house, which is the one in Heritage Park, it was built in 1894 by lumber and hydroelectric magnate Peter Anthony Prince. So he had like brought electricity to Calgary. So he suffered a very tragic life. It's one of those things where like money can't really buy you happiness here. His first wife, Margaret, had passed away of diabetes in 1898.
Wow.
His second wife, Emma, succumbed to tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. Yeah. His third wife, Rosa, had passed away from cancer.
Good grief.
And his fourth wife, Emily, actually outlived him. So.
What horrible luck.
So the most frequently seen spirit is the lady in white that is often spotted in the second floor nursery, sometimes holding a baby.
Oh, I knew I didn't like that nursery.
I see.
I looked around quickly, like, I don't want to be here. We're going
downstairs.
I think we're done.
Often spotted at the second floor nursery holding her baby. They've reported seeing the nursery chair rocking, moving seemingly on its own. Some interpret this ghost as Margaret, Prince's first wife, but she had no infants, and by the time the house was built, all of his children were already adults. So some suggest that the spirit might be tied to some of the artifacts in the house. The third floor, dun dun dun. It's normally closed off.
Floor. I don't know, there's third floor.
Yeah, you just said you went up there. That it was open.
That was just the nursery and stuff.
Oh, there's a third floor.
Oh, there wasn't even a doorway.
There is if you
like an attic?
Kind of. So if you go, once you're like on the second floor, I'm trying to remember, but you see there's like a little door. And we had asked when we all went as a group, remember? We had asked, and it's almost always closed. So it normally is closed and it lacks any electrical outlets, but somehow it has been reported that bright lights shine through its windows at night. The doors in the balcony have known to have been open and closed by themselves, and phantom footsteps echo through the empty home. On some mornings, interpreters find mannequins moved or displayed in odd ways. That would terrify me because I'm scared of mannequins as a whole, and then they move. Also about the third floor is he had built the third floor for his second wife, Emma, because, again, like I mentioned before, when you had tuberculosis in the past, you basically had to be like moved.
Secluded, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so he had like created the third floor for her, and there's a balcony for her to get fresh air. So during a 2016 paranormal investigation, a doorknob was thrown at an investigator.
Wow. And
equipment was mysteriously removed. One visitor described a portrait whose face morphed into a terrifying expression with yellow fangs. What? I don't believe that one. Yeah.
It's a spooky portrait.
Yeah. Security dogs would freeze or pull hard to the other side of the street, refusing to come near the house during night patrols. That I believe. Yeah. A longtime interpreter and ghost tour guide named Natalie had recounted numerous benign but spooky encounters, footsteps on the second floor when there's nobody present, and a medium had once confirmed with her that there's 2 spirits in the house and they enjoy Natalie's presence. What a flex.
Yeah.
If I had a psychic medium tell me that there's ghosts that enjoy my presence, I would never shut the hell up about it. That is such a compliment. She also noted that the house's energy shifts. Some days feel calming and familiar, and others feel off, triggering an instinct that she said that she couldn't be there.
Fair.
Which I think we've mentioned, like, I've felt that before. I'm like, I need to get out.
Yeah, we're done here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, let's look around. Prince House is considered Heritage Park's most beautiful haunted location, and it is a staple in like their Halloween events, which are coming up soon. We went to one once. It was a blast for the kids. Yeah, we didn't go into the haunted house because obviously parents but they did have like it'd be fun to go when the kids are older. Makeshift haunted house. I love their Halloween events. They know how to do it.
Oh, that's cool.
Honestly, they can do nothing wrong. I love Heritage Park.
I like Heritage Park too, actually. I think they do a very good job at everything that they do.
Yeah, I've never
zero complaints.
I've never been there and been like, this is bad.
Yeah.
That's so good. Staff confirmed the presence of the nurturing woman in white, as I mentioned before. And others have seen a constant female presence or felt a constant female presence throughout the house. Not frightening, but definitely there.
So it's some of the wives.
Must be. But that's it. Those are my spooky stories. And I have so many more because I was like, I'll just focus on like Alberta and I'll throw in a few other provinces. But those are my spooky episodes.
They were adequately spooky.
I might like up the spooky.
You're vicious.
Not to be like super scary, but I like spooky season and I like being scared.
I know.
And maybe I'll only do this if Neil's home.
Ugh.
But I might find the ghost app.
My stomach turn.
Sometimes it just says the funniest things though. So
that had better be a recording and not real.
I don't know. I think it just like gets noises from like I don't know. Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thanks, team.